Hello everyone, I'm Kurt Bergland. Every Monday morning, I give you a book review on my YouTube channel about a baseball book. Could be fiction, could be nonfiction, could be out of print, could be hot off the presses, or it could be somewhere in the middle. And today is part 3 of my review of the book, maybe of the year, called The Baseball 100 by Joe Posnanski. It is hot off the presses. It is about a month now since publication. In the first 2 parts of the review that I have done the last couple of Mondays, I have described the book to you, and I have talked about a little bit about his ranking system and what he does with each player. The book, as you can see, is a lengthy one. It is about 800 pages in length. Not counting index and not counting introductions. And what my goal is for these reviews is to give you an idea of what you can expect if you purchase the book. My last review last Monday talked about one of the players that he selected for the 51 to 100 group of his ranking, and I won't spoil that for you. I encourage you to go back and take a look. Today I'm going to talk about one of the players in the 1 to 50 range of his book and talk about how he goes about establishing what you can expect in a section about the players and what the top 100 means in his analysis. These are, including Negro Leagues players, the top 100 players in all of baseball history. There is an emphasis on contemporary players. That is not to say that he ignores the dead ball era or even the earlier part, the mid to early part of the 20th century. He does not. But he is trying to shine a light on some of the greatness that exists in recent decades. Player number 27 I'm going to be talking about today, and that player in his list is number 27, Mike Trout. Now I want to say something about that as well. If you read the reviews of this book, many people will note that Mike Trout's jersey number is 27, and his rank number is 27. Joe DiMaggio was given rank number 56. There are other examples of that in the book, but you get the idea. Many, not all, but many players are given a rank that connects with them in one way or another. That doesn't make this a bad book, and it's not an indictment of the way Joe Posnanski has written the book. But I think Joe is trying to do 3 things in the book. Number 1, he's trying to talk about major league greatness. Number 2, he's trying to talk about the stories that make these players great and make the book a fun read. And third, he's offering an argument about who the best of all time have been, and he's doing it in a multi-dimensional way. So if you're expecting a very linear argument in the book where you can say, oh, well, I see why Mike Trout's 27 and I see why Joe DiMaggio's 56, you're not going to get that from this book. You're going to get a more elaborate sort of case made for these players and their place in baseball history. He's also, frankly, trying to sell books. And his writing is a very engaging style. He writes stories about the players that illuminate what kind of a player they are, and in many cases, what kind of a person these people have been. So in the section on Mike Trout, for example, he goes through some statistics, the big picture statistics, early in the section about the impact of Trout on baseball as he was playing it. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And then he goes on and talks about the kind of person Trout is and what makes him different, what makes him beyond physical capabilities, what has made him the success that he has come to be. But it's a different kind of argument, and for each player the lens is a little bit different, what it is that he's looking for and what it is that impresses him about each player. He's not using the same criteria necessarily from player A to player B to player C, and where you can make a clear comparison. You can't get that from this book. Don't expect that you can. What you can expect is interesting information about the players. You can expect Joe Posnanski to talk about the players' careers and their numbers in some way that will tell you something that you probably didn't know about them. But if you're looking for the definitive book to make a clear argument as to why one guy is number 1 and one guy is number 100, you don't really get that. You do get a description of what impressed Joe Posnanski enough to get this person into the top 100. But beyond that, it's kind of left for you to think about. George Will, in his introduction to the book, talks about the book being fun. It is fun. Fun is a good word for it. I wouldn't call it necessarily the most rigorous intellectual exercise, analysis of baseball greatness. But it is fun, and you will learn things, and there is an argument here. And maybe if your expectations align with Posnanski, you will get a very, very satisfying read. Thank you for being with me. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back next Monday with another baseball book review. I hope you'll join me. I'm Kurt Bergland. So long, everybody.